Welcome, Kingsmen! I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to another Napoleon Total War 3 replay. This one was sent in by Warspite. I'm not sure which faction he's playing, obviously one of these factions. But guys, we are going at another French alliance taking on, let me see if I can get over here and look at these factions. We got Spain and United Kingdom and Russia, which is actually very interesting. Also Prussia, which is interesting because we have two cores which are actually Russian. No, not Russian totally, but we have two cores from what I've told. These are a Russian and a Polish core, and look at that, the floodgates. Floodgates are opening up and they are just pouring across. So this is going to be a very interesting match because the Allies start or the Alliance of France starts very close together, except for this one French army. And then three of these alliances start together, and Prussia starts off by themselves. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this battle unfolds. Of course, I think they are pushing forward to this three-pointer. Going to be very hotly contested, I am sure. France is, I believe, just pushing along this road for the time being. I believe these are all cores, guys. You have Ney and Devaux. Probably butchering that. And pushing forward with some chasseurs, cheval, some hussars, some lancers. I don't really see any heavy cav, which may be an interesting ploy that they are trying to do to trick people to be scared of them because they think they're going to bring a lot of heavies. Now, this is kind of chaotic. March along the river. This is going to be a bad thing. They're not going to go very fast. You can see this one unit, the 101st Le Holmes, is beating it pretty fast. They have a solid beat. So far, just armies consolidating. I believe, or I'm just going to call them the Russians. Well, that's going to be kind of confusing now, won't it? No, this is not Russian. I'm so sorry. This is not a Russian corps. This is Westphalen, I believe. Just a corps of Westphalen. And that's definitely a Polish corps. So they are bringing some Jaegers, Jaeger cav, so a lot of medium and light cavalry. And of course, Poland, I believe, is bringing some medium, lancers. Oh, of course, they will bring lancers. This last rush, gosh, it's already started, guys. It's already started. I've already started misspeaking. This other French army, let's say they bring in some dragoons, some more lighter cav. Someone has to bring some cuirassiers. No? No one is. I don't have to say it. Yeah. What do you know about that? So we're keeping an eye on the minimap because obviously we don't want to miss anything. But not a whole lot really going to happen in the very beginning. Maybe, come to think of it, I probably should have started the video once they were a lot closer. Maybe that's what you professionals do, but I am no professional if you haven't noticed. So welcome to it. Ooh, so here is the man himself who this army is named after. Where is he at? Oh, never mind. We can't spectate too long because Spain is bringing over some cavalry. Rolling over with some, I believe these are lights or mediums. No, these are lancers, so they're not going to do the greatest. I believe these are lights, actually. Yeah. So they are outmatched, but they do have this river, which is going to be an amazing place to hold. And if Russia, or, oh my gosh, I am misspeaking already. France is stopping here for now. They do have the number advantage and probably the unit quality advantage, but they're going to push forward some infantry. In the meantime, I believe Westphalen is sending over a lot of cav on this side of the road, and it looks like they're going to be pushing down this road. Now I've seen a lot more from Russia and Spain, so Spain was kind of hiding some units way back. These are definitely some heavier units. So this battle's going to get very interesting very quickly as there's a lot of cav up nice and close and personal scouting out this area. France, I guess, is going to use this wood line, which is not a bad idea to use the wood line. And they have a good fallback point with this river, or if they push across to here, they have choke points. And a river to guard their flank because it takes forever to march across water. Watch this. They're going to slow down massively. See that? They just slow down massively, so no one can really charge you. Westphalen, or I'm just going to call him Westphal, is pushing up here with a bunch more cav than Russia has, and Russia's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do this. Let's wait for Prussia to show up. I mean, they don't have the greatest cav. They have numbers, but not quality. And it looks like they're actually backed up by a little bit of Spanish. I need to get better at pronouncing all the foreign languages. Oh, so look at this, guys. Way over here, England, one of my favorite factions, has taken a 4-pointer. And they're just rolling straight along. They've taken a 4-pointer, and they're pushing out, so they're not going to have a whole lot fighting them. They have a long trek ahead of them. I like how everybody's just squaring each other up. Every squaring each other up. France has given the halt because they are by themselves right now. Prussia is right over here, so maybe Westphal and Poland are going to push up and engage Russia and Poland together. You never know. These battles can go anyone's way so fast, especially when you can't see anything. So people need to start scouting ahead. Definitely. Send over, yeah, these Lancers. I wouldn't push the Lancers up. I'd push maybe these Hussars up. And they're going to push both of them up together, see what they can see. Prussia is starting to show some artillery. Interesting placement of artillery, and they're going to get a couple hits, and that's going to put some pressure on Westphal, who is going to, fall back a little bit, because that was an excellent use of artillery. Way too far away right now for anyone to do anything about it. France is getting a little more aggressive. They are pushing up a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to push up too much by yourself. Well, they don't know what to expect at this time. Ooh, this artillery is getting a lot more deadly. That is for sure. So Poland is definitely scouting up with some lighter cav. Westphal, I think, is going to, fall back. And oof, look at this, guys. France is totally coming. Oh, we got a massive cav charge here. Massive cav charge. All of this cav going in. Full ham. They are prepared to charge a long distance. This is never good, but they're going to go in, and if the other French faction is paying attention, uh-oh, Spain was not paying attention, oh my goodness, and they're going to flank charge them, and yep, France is like, hey, let's charge them, and it breaks them instantly. Instantly. This is a massive victory for France, as now they can set up along this whole flank, and there's no cav to combat them anymore. And this Spanish army is going to fall across this river, which is wise. England is running. Oh, no, England is actually coming across with some more cav. They have the Dragoons, the Royal Irish Heavy Cav, which I would be hesitant pushing them forward. They can get surrounded easily by those massive cav. And, oof, that's an excellent charge in the backs. But unfortunately, these guys, these Ragged Brigade, are going to get charged in the back and slowed down by this river. Spain needs to set up using this river on both sides now, as they have their whole flank exposed. And these guys need to get out of here. They're a C3, so they can move out decently fast. Not a whole lot else going here. It looks like actually Spain is moving out. They can form square, so they are moving out to take this position. Looks like France has taken this, I believe it's a 1-pointer. Yeah, it's a 1-pointer. And they're able to pop some volleys across at all this Spanish cav, which actually recovered pretty fast, and now attacking, counter-attacking, charging again. Look at all the bugles going off, and it looks like maybe they're both going to chalk it up to experience. Watch out, because France is coming, and England is over here somewhere. Now over here, it looks like Poland and Prussia are going to be squaring off. So far, it looks like Poland has an advantage when it comes to numbers, but I don't know about quality. This is some decently good cav that Prussia has. So definitely the heat of this combat is going to be around this town, as France is pushing up. They're going in for a charge, and these, they did not form square. Yes, they did. Maybe they didn't. I can't tell anymore. No, they did. They did an excellent job of holding them off. And these guys broke some cav, so that's a massive victory for them. I hear more cav. Oh no, England was not paying attention, and now they're going to get charged. And I think France is determined to push Russia and England off of this side. But look at these guys. They are doing terrible. They're getting flanked, though, and surrounded. Russia, come on. Help your brother out. Help him out. These guys are trying to hold the Blue Horse, and they are a heavier cav. Now they're going to get charged on the flank, and this is just flanks upon flanks, as this is becoming a massive cav battle. And France is not doing well, but they are throwing more men into this. This may be something where they want to pull back a little bit, but Westphal is over here. But Russia is pouring in more troops. This is looking really bad right now. But Westphal is going to throw themselves in, and they can maybe turn the tide of this battle, because France is not looking the greatest, as England actually, surprisingly, is bringing a lot of really good units to this battle. As they're sending in, Russia is now sending in some heavy cav, guys. This is going to help hold this line. Westphal is breaking. France is... oh no. France lost a ton of cav here, but this could still change so fast if these guys can flank them, get them in the back. Can they do it? I don't think they can. There's a general right here. This general is going to turn the tide, but France may... no. Russia is definitely going to win this. Russia and England are going to win this. France is going to lose. And now this line battle is kind of engaging. Westphal is still moving up here. Not a whole lot from Poland. But France is pushing as this... they are pushing now. They do not have the initiative. And they're actually going for this building. Charging in. Taking these guys out, which may not work too well in their favor. We'll see how that goes. This is a very decent unit of Spanish infantry. Over here, it looks like the coalition has won. At what cost? Actually, yeah, look at that slaughter. I mean, this was a massive cav, but this heavy cav from Russia came in massively, came in clutch. So now they have an advantage. They have a massive advantage when it comes to the cav presence, as Spain can now re-emerge on this side. Okay, so France was able to take this. Some more grenadiers from Spain throwing themselves in there, determined not to give up this house without a fight. But France is like, yeah, no, we're definitely taking this. This is ours. But it looks like they're going to keep fighting for it. Nope, they're falling back. So these grenadiers decided they're not going to fight for it. France has forced their way into this house. They have an excellent position, and this is stacking up to be a massive line battle. We also have on the side Poland bringing up some 3 and 6 pounders. Going to do some work on Prussia. I think Prussia is maybe not falling back, but they have artillery, which is going to start shelling this Polish line, hitting some cav. And look at the mini-map, guys. This massive line. I don't think that the coalition has a massive line to meet them. I would guarantee you that Russia and England are over here. Yeah, because there's Russia. Russia and England are on this side, guys, which is where they need to push anyway, as England now is emerging. England is emerging like surprise. And they're going to be pushing up. France is going to have to start squaring off, fighting for this flank as well. They have a couple cavalry units to kind of watch their flank, but I don't think it's very many. In fact, it's just one. One on each side. They have Chasseurs Cheval on this side and some Chasseurs Cheval on this side. And the coalition has a massive cav presence. They may want to either push on this or send some cav over here, because Westphal is advancing. And I'm kind of curious what this is going to mean for Prussia. Is Prussia ready for this massive push by this French alliance? Poland and Westphal working well together, just pushing up one after the other. Oh, you got some cav maybe pushing in. They're falling back. Prussia, I hope, is not committing, because they are running into a trap. Yeah, no, they are not committed. Are they committing? Are they committing? I think Poland's about to commit. Look look, they're just like right next to each other. This is so close. And Poland's actually going to wait for their infantry to form up, because they can pour some volleys. So this is a general, I believe. Yeah, a general for Prussia, a cav general. So they better fall back before they get volleyed. Excuse me. All this talking. Whew. It looks like coalition, Russia and England still forming up over here. So it looks like the French alliance has a stronger front and the English alliance has a stronger front on this side. So they're kind of auto-balancing each other out. Spain is falling back. So this may be an opportunity for France to kind of fall out and join up with this other French faction, or join up together. I don't know. They're definitely going to get some shells dropped on them now. This artillery is very dangerously close to getting charged. And it looks like Westphal has some cav that could rush in really fast. These guys are going to start punching the walls, let me tell you that. They're going to start wrecking this Westphal infantry. As you can see already, the casualties of war. I'm just kidding. Poland is still pushing up. They know that it's just Prussia here, guys. If it's just one faction and you have two factions, you can go all the way around them. Because either they're going to have quantity or quality. You know? And, ooh, actually, France sent some guys out, so this is bad for Prussia. Prussia is going to get the first volleys off, which is going to be a slight advantage to them, but not enough to where I would say they're going to win this. They actually sending out some cav to countercharge, forming square, though. Excellent. Westphal was definitely paying attention. Some of these units cannot form square, and they are going to go for Prussia is going to break as they both form squares. And now, go for it. Excuse me. Go for it. There's artillery sitting right here, which is running away, actually. Maybe not soon enough. Here's some Lancers going in to try to buy the artillery some time. Excellent use. Prussia using their Lancers. They're going to lose them. And also, this is going to be a massive debuff if they rout those, but no, it's not going to happen. Still, nothing really going on here. It looks like Russia is going to start pushing up some skirmishers, and England's going to start pushing up a little bit, and it looks like, yep, okay, I thought that France may do it. They're going to be pushing up to link up with the rest of their army. Over here, this line battle is getting underway as Prussia is definitely outmatched. I mean, they have three factions pushing them. They are retreating, which is wise. I mean, go to this tree line, you know? Or go, better yet, go to the other side of the river. You can kind of even the odds. Oh, look at this, though. Spain coming in to save the day. Look at this, and now they can form up, and maybe even if they went to here, guys, look at that. That's a smaller choke point they can hold, and they can always follow back across this river. Or they're going to split their forces up, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell what they're deciding they're going to do, but Poland is pushing, and Poland wisely is pushing. They must push to kind of maybe cut off Prussia from escaping this direction. Spain is going to get some friendly fire, probably, and they're getting peppered already. They're getting peppered down by France. They can push out maybe over here on the flank. Westphal has some... Wait. Oh, yeah, some artillery right here. I forgot for a second they were allied. England also pushing out, trying to stop France from retreating. Now, the one thing that has a disadvantage is how much France, or England, has such low units. Their unit numbers, oh, they charge them in the backs, which is an excellent way to break some units. However, they, I think, are going to form some square of some sort, and, yeah, England rises and get away. At the same time, let's make sure we're not losing any of the juicy moments here. Prussia has decided to stand and fight. They have put their cannon. I hope they're going to limber them up. They're going to fall back and have a flank here, I think. But also, if they form right here, they can kind of stop. Oh, I hear some cav. Oh, some infantry snuck along using the road, and France was not prepared for it, as now they're hitting the flank with some... I think these are equivalent of grenadiers. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not going to say I know a whole lot about this game, but they charged in as... Ooh, Spain's actually losing. France was able to hold them, but they do have some excellent crossfire with this artillery. The buildings, unfortunately, are in the way. But England... Oh, so Russia lost some cav against the Chasseurs Cheval. England's still pushing hard on... They better watch out, because these guys are... The Chasseurs are going to charge them. So they're pushing hard on France, but France is managing to get themselves intact, retreating back to their ally at this point in time. Still, Westphal pushing extremely hard on Prussia, and Prussia wisely is going to fall back. This is an excellent place to hold. You have so many choke points in the river. Spain lost so much here, guys. Look at this. Oh, man. Spain lost a lot. Oof. So this artillery here doesn't have a whole lot, but ooh, I love this. I think Russia is going to try to separate this faction. If they can isolate this one faction and defeat them, then they have 2 against 1 over here. So they can't lose the initiative, guys. They won this Cav battle. I mean, the deaths show it. The field of dead show it, but they need to keep that advantage. Wisely, yeah, they're throwing up in a column formation so they can move faster. Prussia is throwing in some more Cav to try to stop Westphal from pushing, and this is actually going to cause Poland to actually not be able to really push forward very easily. But actually, they're maybe going to squeak by just in time, although with this push, I think Westphal is going to be able to form up right here and volley these guys like crazy. They may have to throw some Cav into the mix just to save their infantry. Look at this. They're just running as hard as possible, as fast as possible. Over here, have things started to pop off? Not really. I mean, I think France is sacrificing some units to try to hold this line. These are okay units. Oh, they're going to do a bayonet charge. Try to hold the line. These guys are going to break before they even make it, unfortunately. And these guys are going to hold all by themselves. They're still trying to run back, which is wise. They're going to have to race Russia for it. Over here, they did start popping some volleys off, but Prussia, man, they did such an excellent job of retreating. Well played. I mean, they didn't lose that much. Cannons intact. This is an excellent retreat if I've ever seen one. And now they've kind of consolidated on this side of the river, making it actually a lot harder if Westphal and France and Poland want to push. In fact, Poland may have to swing around here in order to... They're playing for the long game at this point. Over here we got some artillery. Yeah, these guys broke as England is being tenacious. They are pushing up, and this battle still is anyone's game as one side is doing one thing and the other side is doing the other. These guys are wasting some time. They shouldn't be. I mean, they are broken and not routing, so I understand it. But they're gonna start routing. They're gonna be. They're broken now. They don't need to. They don't need to. They don't have to chase them down anymore. So England is pushing. Russia is pushing, I believe. Yes, they are. And Poland, Poland is pushing against Prussia. Prussia, just fall back. All right, I like this hold. They have decided this is where they're going to make their stand. They are holding at the river. This is not going to let them really get charged very easily, although these guys in the river are actually going to reload a lot slower because of the water. They're going to be a lot more tired, a lot quicker because of the river. But I love this. This is like a holding position, and if these guys want to charge across, as soon as they start moving across the river, these guys probably will move up. And they have the trees to defend them. So I like this position, and this artillery is finally in an excellent position. They can fire directly on these guys. Westphal, I think, is going to try to split across here. Over here, I hear some cav from France charging some infantry, trying to slow it down. They're still trying to just retreat. I think actually they were trying to go for the artillery. And a general. Yep, they're going for a general and artillery. Oh, they broke the artillery. That may have been a good play on their part. And Russia is going to square up for a line battle here. They charged for some artillery from France and got them. That was a good play, but France like, oh yeah? Well, watch this. I got more. Try to break it this time. So, oh man. This is just... I think that Poland has this battle. I think they have it over here. I mean, Spain is sending over some units, and Prussia has a ton of cav along with Spain, but so does Poland. Poland's units are still fresh. They moved their whole army with some Westphal over here. And over here, I think that it's anyone's game at this point. I don't know who's going to win this, but this artillery is going to even the odds as, yeah, they're starting to shell the crap out of these guys. I want to see this line battle. I want to see France just stand and fight. I think they're going to go on the other side of this river? I don't know what they're doing. But they are going to eventually have to stop. As this line battle is just a massive line here. Westphal, yeah, they're going to buff to their men because the men are starting to break. We're starting to rout a little bit. I'm still looking out because this is going to be a big deciding factor here. All this artillery firing. This artillery has been such a pain in Poland's side since the very beginning. Yeah, they've been a pain in Poland's side. And they are going to be doing work as, oh my goodness, they are torturing this Polish unit. These poor guys. Okay, Poland's finally evening up the odds. They're sending some artillery up. They better send some cav up, though. Spain is eyeballing this whole area. And they are roasting these guys alive. This is going to be a cav engagement. I think Prussia is deciding they're going to have to charge. I believe fast. It looks like Russia is advancing. France has stopped right here. But I don't want to miss this, because I think this is about to pop off. I think Prussia has decided it's do or die. And they are going to be going in for a cav charge. Epic cav charge! Woo! And here it goes, as now they're clashing. And maybe Spain can throw it in the mix, but ooh, uh-oh. Prussia is pushing Poland back. This is not looking good for Poland, and there is reinforcements from Spain. Poland may have isolated themselves a little too much as they are breaking, and now Prussia is pushing around the flank. Oh no, they're going to charge the guns, Spain, look, they're, okay, never mind, they're not literally right there, but, oh no, this is looking bad now. French faction had the advantage, and now they're pushing against a highly reinforced position that Prussia has. Over here, France is stopping. This is definitely just going to be a line battle now. I don't know who's going to win this one. It looks pretty even. England's able to hover around the flanks. And it's kind of split. These two factions have kind of split off. Over here, Prussia has definitely won here, guys. And now they are behind Poland. Poland's going to have to waste units to guard their back. I think that Westphal is going to send some cav over, but also Poland is pushing up now, and this is a line battle on this side. In anyone's game who this is going to be, but they do have an artillery advantage. What are they firing at? Oh, but make sure these guys don't come back. They need to watch this right flank, because definitely, despite the fact that they have a massive cav advantage, they do not have the infantry advantage, and this cannon is going to get wrecked if they aren't careful. Now over here, wisely, Prussia is filing more reinforcements, and they have an excellent route to file reinforcements really fast along this road. They can just push up reinforcements and meet this. Westphal is sending up a bunch of units here. Over here, it looks like this push has kind of petered out, unfortunately. Definitely petered out. Over here, this line battle is popping off. England is getting around the flank, and I would say that France is starting to become more in trouble. France is not looking the greatest. They are being encircled by England. They are starting to have some exhausted units, and cav is going around. Oh no, they're just going to hit this light infantry. This is an easy pickings. Easy pickings, unfortunately. They have a little bit of cav, but there's 13 of them. Like, it's 34. It's like double the size. So that line battle is kind of being stagnant, but Prussia is in trouble here, and Westphal does have some cav, which they are sending in to hit this artillery, or this cav. It's really going to hurt them, but it's going to make them either run, or it's going to make them so they can't limber up ever again. As they are breaking, and these guys are wavering, and here comes some more cav to finish the job. As Westphal, Spain, and all of them were not paying attention. And now I think Prussia's like, yeah, we got to fall back. This battle is still anyone's game. I think, yeah, retreat here. This is definitely not a position you want to attack. For Poland and Westphal, you need to push on this flank. You got them on the run now. As Prussia is going to start falling back. They lost their artillery. They won the cav engagement, and they have a bunch of cav, and Poland can't move freely anymore because they don't have any cav really to speak of. So this is an interesting battle. The center is very weak. They're still holding around this house.
Sir, your general has been killed.
Oh.
This is a black day.
Well, it looks like the the French general is dead. So now France is reforming again as England just keeps encircling them. Russia just has to hold them there long enough for England to circle around behind them. Because right now, oh man, I don't know who's going to win. I think that Prussia and Spain are losing enough. In Poland and Westphal are pushing hard enough that they can still win this. But they're so far away, and if this French force gets surrounded, it's over. So, this game is definitely very, very well played. It's a very intense game. Well, this game is just very, very awesome. I love playing it. I love watching replays of it. So, England pushing up still. I think the French have definitely recovered a little bit more now. They don't have any cav to speak of, I don't think. So, look at these. These guys are almost total full strength. These are heavy, so they need to watch out. These guys could go in for a charge easily. Spain's still holding this. These guys are being wasted. I think you could pull a couple more and push out over here. Granted, well, the cav maybe, you know, making it difficult. Over here, Westphal, pushing up to the river. Prussia is kind of reforming. They just gotta buy time for their ally to defeat this other French faction over here. Poland is going to use this road now. And they have a good position of defense. Oh, this cav's going to get shot. They have a good position. They can shuttle forces both ways. And oh, look at this. France got across. This was a solid defense, but now it is not. And they are falling back. This is like tiers of defense, you know? There's so many like tiers they keep falling back to that are strong positions, but then they keep losing out on that position. Are these howitzers? Oh boy, the big guns are here, and France needs to be concerned. Maybe not, because they are definitely winning. Look at this. Russia is getting chewed to pieces. Oh my goodness. Fall back a little bit. My goodness. And it looks like England's going in for blood. They are just going in for it. So, this ring of steel is tightening ever tighter. These howitzers, oh, these guns are going to do damage. Oh boy. That's going to hurt. Oh, we have some Spanish troops trying to force the French to fall back. They're like, you're not taking this. We are sitting here. This is our land. Probably, I don't know if they're actually managed to push it back. Prussia now, they don't have to fear being encircled, but they also have a bunch of cav still, which it's really unfortunate. They had a massive advantage with the cav. They were able to utilize it. But they have a massive advantage here. Like, once again, it's a strong position. These guys can't really sit next to each other, so they're going to not have as good of morale. Over here, it looks like Spain may be losing. Ooh, oh, I missed it. Dang it. Some infantry waiting for the bayonet charge, and France's center is breaking. Snapped straight in half. Send in the heavy cav if you have it. Russia. Not yet. And are they... Okay, they're just going up a little closer, and now the center is breaking. Let's get an overview. So this center is breaking. France is falling back once again. So on this side, guys, Prussia and Spain are falling back, and on this side, France is falling back. So the tables keep turning, one after the other. Now this is a mosh pool of just melee. I don't know who's going to take this. It kind of looks like Spain has a lot more units. Oh boy, France is calling a full-on retreat. They are retreating. And France is just, this road is going to make it difficult, and they're probably going to break more troops. There's just so much breakage from France. England is just pushing on the heels. Russia is pushing on the heels. Over here, I don't know who's going to win this. Still just a live battle, but France and Poland, it would appear, are pushing across on the right. France is, it would appear, going to try to go for a flanking charge here. Westphal, I think, is going to kind of just sit back, but if they try crossing this river, these guys are going to run up and just volley them as they're stuck in the river. So, oh man, this is just anyone's game. I look at so Spain definitely is not going to win this center town. So France has taken this. They're going to be able to push out and flank Russia. Russia's pushing over and just pursuing France, and France wisely is going to go over here and try to join their ally. They're definitely going to lose the town, unfortunately. Yeah, England is doing an amazing push here. Oh, look at that. This is gorgeous. Looks like Spain has actually won. Spain was able to push them out. Okay, so Spain is holding. Prussia is just barely holding. Just enough. Just enough to combine two factions' attention. And I think Westphal is going to push across this river, maybe? No, they're going to consolidate once again. It's not looking good. Once England shows up, it's over.
Our men are running, sir.
And they can't really seem to hold. Unfortunately, the sound effects kind of get ruined. But they can't seem to hold. They're just falling back instantly. These howitzers are going to be pounding them into a pulp. It looks like Russia is going to be going for this building that they lost from Spain so long ago. Or that Spain lost. Probably going to take it, as they are just butchering these guys. And, I don't know, there's not a whole lot else you can really say right now. I mean, yeah. Prussia is just falling back. Spain is, they know all they gotta do is hold this river crossing and prevent reinforcements. And they are shelling the Poles as they're, the Polish Legion as they are marching across. This is very unfortunate. Look at all the smoke over here. So France, are they still trying to hold a desperate... Oh, man. Yeah, so France is still trying to hold off England. Yeah, they're trying to hold off England. England's kind of just pushing across. They're trying to split them in half, prevent them from rejoining the Polish. I think the Poles are trying to rejoin with them so they can kind of re-engage this battle. This is an excellent position by Russia. But I think they're going to need to limber up and push forward once again. I really did not think, honestly, that Russia and England were going to win on that flank for a little bit there, to be honest. But actually, good job on France to save a majority of their army, actually. Not a majority, but half, maybe, of their army. They were able to pull it back because they were in a bad position. So now it's going to be a reforming. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Reforming. Westphal is pushing, as well as France, pushing on Prussia. And Prussia actually is re-engaging here, which is an interesting tactic, which will actually pull more troops to have to fight them versus trying to hold off this Russian-English push.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
It looks like Spain is going to be pushing across here. Hold on now. My sound. What'd you guys do to my sound? Yeah. England, interestingly enough, is not pushing across. They are going around. So that's interesting. Maybe I just need to do... Hold on. Sorry, guys. There we go. I fixed it. So England's pushing across a small detachment, which isn't going to do a whole lot. And what they're going to probably end up doing, if I were England, or not England, I mean France and the Polish, I would fall back. At the same time, you need to you need to kill one of these factions. And I think they're going to try to take down the Polish. Which I hope they're going to do. Oh, we got some infantry charging in. That's me, very, very interesting charge here. Don't know who's going to win. But they're pushing on Prussia's left flank. They don't have anything over here. And actually, they're cutting off any reinforcements by volleys. This is going to actually help. Because now Prussia is going to be concerned as they're going to have men breaking. Prussia should just circle around to meet up with their allies. But I like this. France and Poland are meeting up and kind of just forming a defensive circle. But the thing is, guys, at the end of this, they are going to lose all the points. They're going to lose all the points. I don't think they have any points right now. And the English coalition definitely has all the points. So they will have lost by fact of not holding the strategic points, unfortunately. So France and Westphal are pushing. It looks like Prussia decided to send their cap back over, but they still have some in the background. They actually could get them, probably sneak them around here. Maybe. But they're going to keep pushing up. And Prussia has had a lot of cav through this whole game. They have the advantage of cav. Yeah, they've taken yet another building. Oh man, Prussia is just the underdog here. They have continually had to fall back. Like, constantly fall back. Where are these guys firing? Where are these guys firing? Looks like England has ordered the advance, so these redcoats, brave souls, are going to advance and try to see if they can't push on France. Now, France does have a slight advantage here. Okay, come on, don't give away my sounds. Again. There we go. Alright, over here, Westphal is pushing across. They're going to make sure that Prussia does not meet up with their reinforcements, and also they can flank around, so they can still take this battle, guys. This is still their game. They have cannon right here, which are going to be doing a lot of work that they could definitely try taking out. Now, there's some cav here, some dragoons by Russia that are defending this cav. The thing is, when you have two different players, actually have a lot of cav and a lot of infantry. So, you know, Prussia, you can fall back here. You know, just do that. Do that number. So England is finally like, you know what, I'm tired of you retreating. Let's just fight. France is like, you know what, fine, we'll fight. Let's just fight. Because whoever wins this definitely is obviously going to win the game. But, oof, Westphal is pushing up mighty close to these guns. I don't like this. Do not like this at all. I mean, Russia needs to watch out. These guys cannot form square. It's a perfect unit to charge. But Westphal is sneaking. They're being so stinking sneaky. I really want to see them charge. I really want to see them charge. Please charge. I know they're just going to start volleying them. So Westphal has fallen over, and I think Prussia is going to fall back over here as Westphal and France are going to... Yep, here we go. So they're going to charge them as they cannot form square. They are going to definitely get hurt. And they can't form square over here. So the first line of defense is going to do terrible. But their second line of squares is going to be a lot better. But look at all this infantry from Russia. Just excellent job reading the map and seeing where you need them. Why aren't these guys turning and fighting and shooting here? So they broke some units, but Russia needs to get their men out of there. Definitely get your men out of there. And tell your Spanish player, hey, dude, look to your right. Seriously, right there, literally. They're right there. France has an advantage here now. They have a lot more units, and these units are a lot more numbered. But, ooh, look at this. Prussia being all sneaky. Sneaky on both sides. Okay, look, I like this. Prussia just keeps falling back, and then as soon as these guys start leaving, they just engage again. It just gotta be very annoying. It's like a mosquito. You're like, zump, just come back as soon as they, as soon as they start leaving. Now this will be some friendly fire here, of course. Oh, I hear some charging. Oh, here it goes, guys. This is what you're looking for. They charge the general. Oh! They charge the general, and now they've routed the French general that could have held on for so long. And these guys are going to be very concerned as they've lost casualties, and it's going to start breaking this French line. Poland is kind of trying to play damage control. They have some artillery in an excellent position. And Prussia is still sitting strong. Yeah, they're falling back. Over here, it looks like Westphal is going to gear up to fight whatever remains of Russia. And Westphal definitely has the advantage when it comes to units. I'm still surprised these guys are firing over here. Look at this. Turn this way. You're like, oh my gosh. Okay, one of the artillery is turning. Wait. Okay, they are firing this direction, just the animation is terrible. And this artillery is firing that direction, so... Eesh, that's gonna hurt. So now, Prussia is pushing, and the turntables have turned. As France has fallen back to guard the back of Westphal. This French line is gonna be in trouble. And England isn't even engaging all of it. They're probably just engaging like this one infantry to kill them. So they break, so it makes these guys waver. That's literally probably all they're doing, because that's going to cause this whole line to keep just, breaking. And they have Cav here, which is probably going to go in for another charge here. Yeah, it's caused these guys to break. They're wavering. Alright. They're definitely wavering, so... They're gonna... yeah, they're all wavering. Just hit this Cav, just needs to punch right here. It's a juicy target. Yellow or orange and red. Oh my goodness. That was so brutal. How are these guys not running? There's 27 of them left.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, now these guys are breaking, and look how these guys are wavering. Over here, Spain is pushing out to kind of try to push on Poland's flank, as Poland is probably going to try pushing, but France is in so much trouble here, guys. Look, Poland's even putting some troops in. These guys are stretched too thin for morale. They need to keep their morale up. And this Cav from Poland is just hitting the survivors, making sure they don't come back. Westphal is showing up. This is an excellent position for Poland, as they have the trees and the river. They're just going to start volleying France that's trying to defend their back lines. And Westphal actually is defending the flank, but these guys are going to start getting volleyed down. And it's slowly wearing down. France is just slowly getting worn down. Just painfully slow. And like I said, England's not even focusing down. It is not even a massive line battle. They're just focusing down a couple at a time. And France doesn't have a whole lot left. I think they're going to try to consolidate a little bit. This artillery from England is doing so much work. These are grenadiers. They're going to have to probably use them pretty soon here. Oh my goodness. Imagine sitting here and just watching holes get blasted and the men in front of you. Oh, that'd be brutal. Oh, Prussia came in with a cav charge. And, ooh, counter bayonet charge. Excellent use from France. If you're using the river, waiting for them to almost get across, making them exhausted. But Prussia is pushing across, I believe, and France and Westphal are just in trouble. This is just, it's going to spell disaster for France, I think, in the French coalition. They are dead, and Poland's been trying to do damage control, but it's not going to work. They have an excellent artillery position still, which is going to blast any Spanish troops that come within range. And these poor Brits are going to get shot to pieces. But, yeah. This is it. The beginning of the end. So Russia is advancing. Poland is throwing, or sorry, Prussia, 2 P's so you can understand. Prussia is throwing in more troops, and they're just, I don't even know which direction you're facing, guys. Like, which direction are they facing? Because Russia's right here shooting at you, and then you have Poland right here shooting at you, and then, oh my gosh, why do I keep calling on Poland? Prussia is shooting at you, and this line is about to just break entirely as just men keep breaking nonstop, and it's going to cause everybody to start wavering. And Prussia and Russia are just getting in so close. These volleys are going to get more deadly the closer they get. And France is trying to consolidate once more with Poland. England has probably gotten very bloodied, so they're falling back a little bit. Just waiting for this engagement to be decided. And as we decided within the next, I'd say, minute, as these guys, they're going to start breaking, they're going to waver and break, and then the rest of Westphal is going to, because they are just surrounded, guys. They can't shoot both ways. You know? Last desperate defense. What can you say? They did so well in the beginning, and they just, unfortunately, time was against them. Time was against them. I think, yeah. So France is going to just push out. They need to take some buildings, or they need to destroy England, because they can still win this. This is very close still. Like, it's extremely close. This is obviously over. Westphal is dead. Westphal is dead. And they are running. So now Russia and Poland, oh my gosh, Russia and Prussia, the Uz, can push up and hit Poland on its flank. Because Poland's actually doing an amazing push. They are pushing out, doing a bayonet charge, routing some more English units. And this, I think France is like, you know what, it's do or die at this point. We need to either just win here or lose here. They are charging the guns. Oh, that is a beautiful charge by this French unit, charging the guns, making them rout. Those guns probably cost them a ton of troops. And the sad thing is there was units sitting right here. So, oh, but here comes Prussia. Prussia's like, let's end this, and they are going to go in, and this is going to cause France to probably break at this point. And it's going to be down to Poland, who is going to be surrounded. These guys can move up, you know, just reinforce that bayonet charge. And Prussia has had Cav behind the lines almost the whole game. Poland is, I think, just going to hold off by this river and make a last desperate stand. Oof. Yeesh. That's gotta hurt. Yeah, they're just making a last desperate stand. Good game. Definitely a good game. It's like, unlike some, it's hard to tell for even halfway through. It's hard to tell who's actually going to win. Because I honestly thought France was going to win for a little bit there. But now here comes Russia backing up England on this side, and they're just going to push on Poland's weak, battle-wearied flank. As Prussia's going to just smash them with their cav from behind, and yeah, they're just going to push them. I don't know why the sound keeps glitching out, but yeah. They can form square, though, so Poland is not going to go down without a fight. That is for sure. And they're sending in some grenadiers, so this Prussian cav better get out of there before they get totally slaughtered. They still have more. This Prussian cav is just so much damage here. Come on, you guys. Okay, hold on. This is just... Here we go, watch. And then you go... Yeah, I don't know why that works, but it works. And, I mean, there's not a lot to say, really. So I will let you enjoy the cinematic smoke and gunfire. As I once again try to fix the sound. Okay, and this is perfect. These are grenadiers, but they're in square formation, so it's going to be an advantage for England to bayonet charge them. And I think they're going to bayonet charge them. No, they're just going to volley them, I think. There goes that Prussian cav, once again, tenacious as ever. And Russia is pushing across. Rip. The death and carnage. As they're just men running mad. These last desperate squares. Yeah, it is over. These last grenadiers are holding. It's a pity these grenadiers didn't get into fighting a lot sooner, you know? They could have done some real work. Trying to inspire more units. Like, stand and fight. Nah. I'm gonna fast. I think we can fast forward at this point. I think that it is over. There they go. So, well played. The battlefield, the death went throughout the whole thing. It wasn't like there was one specific place where it was all focused down, you know? There was like over here, there was over here. I mean, there was over here and here. I mean, it spanned the whole map. I love games where it spans the whole map. Oh, the roll of musketry fire begins to recede. Alright, like I said, this was written by Anzac Warspite. And it was a very close game. I mean, there was heavy losses. I mean, everybody lost at least 1,000. If not more, obviously. But, yeah. Great game. If you have any replays you'd like to send me that you think were really close or really cool, you can send them to my Discord, and I'll put a link, my email, in this video, in all my other videos, so you can always send it through there. But there's Discord linked in my YouTube channel that you can go to and send replays. I would love to see them, and I'd love to meet you. I love to talk with people that are subscribed and obviously have the same love for Total War as I do. So thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you all in another video.